It took a little bit, folks. It took a little bit, but that's why. It's because we're cooking a great game right in front of you. Strife versus Timbermen, taking away our lower bracket here in the ECL playoffs. My name is Fine, joined by Colt Extra McHenry. We're starting off here on Inferno. It's one of Strife's. It's become their staple pick here, and it's been one of Timbermen's weaker maps. So this is why I'm really liking this veto for Strife and how it's about to pan out.
Interesting to note your Timbermen choosing on that T side, electing to start on that T side here. I guess kind of one of the more even maps, so expecting that they can do a whole lot of damage on this T side, but a bomb site left a little bit weak right now here from Strife. Not a whole lot in defense, and they're going to move quickly about this. So rotations are going to be beat. 2 players inside the pit. 2 kills come through from the duo. They need one more to buy time, and Eris isn't able to deliver just yet. Now the rotations are quick. Stamina cuts one off, and they spot him running on in towards the site. The flashes are perfectly placed, and it's just Dare to 1v3 inside the pit.
Yeah, he's surrounded by all different angles. He's going to have to fight his way out of this situation. But how? Players are not even giving him the opportunity. He's about to get shot in the back of the head, surely. Player from Graveyard, and then Stamina swings from the site. It's a pistol round for Strife. We didn't get to talk a lot about this real head-to-head, because it has existed just a couple days ago, back in the Ace Masters qualifier. These two teams locked horns on nearly this same veto.
Match come through once again from just last week, really. So these two teams very familiar, and that best of 3 went the distance, right? I mean, about as close as could be right there. It was anyone's game towards the tail end. Strife were able to show some resiliency in that series. Very impressive from them. They were putting in great work, and we'll see if they can replicate that success here now. Infinite peeking forward right there. There is a player in the underpass. In the middle, gonna stick his head up there.
Okay.
Blocks him straight on in.
Droid?
And he finds a second. No way Droid gets 2 with a Glock.
Armorless Glock with fully automatic MP9s just running him down. I simply don't know how. The thing is, the T's can only pick up MP9s, and they're playing against CTs with head armor and the likes. Stamina just ran away to knife a chicken. See how that one's going to work out. Jules is going to pick off the next. I still don't think Timbermen should win this round. It really comes down to Snakes here. If he oversteps the mark, there could be problems, especially as this Molly allows them to march on forward and get the kills. Now, 12 HP on Dare. He can't continue to press on, but still chances for Timbermen.
There's no doubt. Yeah, already, I would say mission accomplished right now. They have done everything in this round. 2 kills with the Glock, a 3rd now found as well, and they've split up the defense here. I do think it's going to be a little bit more tricky than it appears in the 2v2, but they're going to move on in towards Joel's, and an opportunity arising. He's just going to hide here. He's going to deny the bomb plant initially. That's going to complicate things, and now you just need to go down here, Frankie. You can no longer plant the bomb, so maybe dying is a high priority here. As he... Will he stay alive? No, okay. That was very close to being after time, but it's all good.
That was very funny. A good attempt there from, I believe that was Jules on the site, toying with his opponent, trying to run down the clock. And then Stamina just swung on. It's like, that's my kill. So, money taken away. Oh, well, but it's 2-zip for Strife. And at the end of the day, you were right, Cole. That's completely a very winning round out of the Timbermen, because they deal so much financial damage that Strife are still on MP9s, even though a couple of their players have to buy down to $50.
Yeah, that's a brutal way to kick off your first gun run. It's not a bonus round, alright? That's the thing here. You got the lacking weaponry, but it's not a bonus here. Diving past the smoke, Infinite just walks into the meat grinder. They bypass the boost. They didn't even spot it out here. And Eris is already sunken down low enough that he's going to call it. He's fallen away. What do you do from this point on if you're Strife?
Maybe stack up this A site. It's realistic that you could just go for the full gamble. See what happens. And I think that's exactly what they're about to do. Snakes leaving B. In the meantime, it's an aggressive move towards A. I love this reaction from Strife. Will it keep drawing Timbermen in? It might, because Era's on 2 points of health. A burst of the MP9 is going to do in Frankie, and all of a sudden, Timbermen have to battle back to the B side where 2 players lie in wait, and there's a trade from Snakes. Man advantage Strife.
perfect bit of proactivity there. They get their util out as soon as they had a chance to take down the low HP bar here. Shane looks to cover the bomb plant. Can't really wall bang with the MP9, so they try it a little bit, but they don't stick around too long to go for that kill. Now Joel's is formulating on the flank. Needs this frag, and he will deliver it onto Shane. It's just Dare in a 1v3 once again.
Dare at the Coffin's position. Gonna reveal his position and couldn't even get that kill on Eris. He might have the chance to line up a couple, but the MP9 of Eris is simply too good. 2 HP, 2 kills for him, and the defuse for Strife. This is a really huge round to win.
I mean, I really like that jiggle out of Eris right there. That's sick stuff in the 3v1. He doesn't fully commit. I mean, anyone could have just run around that corner right there and cost your team almost a round there by falling and not putting yourself in trade potential. But what he does there is gives it a slight jiggle, and then he lets that banana player peek as well behind him. And that's when he swings. The aim's already thrown off there. Doesn't let any sort of clutch potential formulate for Dare. And that's an excellent recovery. I really didn't think Strife would even just be able to pull that one back, given the low HP, the essential 3-on-5 that they were able to bring to the table. But he still looked strong in doing so. And like you said, some of that aggression is what helps get the job done.
Tried to make a move up towards top banana. The deagle spam down. 6 bullets down range, and he'll finally put down Infinite. Perhaps a bit of an overextension, but Snakes wants a little bit more. Has support with Eris. Those flashes primed and ready to go, but Snakes is swinging at air. Nothing much to fire at. Dare does have to extinguish his smoke. Extinguish the volley, rather, with his smoke. But Timbermen still holding on to the advantage, but at the same time, they don't have a single piece of utility. They will have to hit some shots to get into a site.
I still need a whole lot more where that came from right there. That opening pick, but they are leaving A particularly weak right now. Joel's getting a big false sense of security right there towards brackets on that jiggle. And they might be able to turn the corner, but when do they finally strike? They're still walking with brackets.
Oh, and Joel's, he spots the whole team. He swings into 3 players, and that puts it down to stamina. Now, time is starting to get low. That could work for the defense here. Eris, what can he do? Facing off against so many players, he can't get a single one of them. Now, stamina is in big trouble as he gets domed by Shane. And that's the site and the round for Timbermen. They're going to pick up the Nico.
See what sort of pressure they were applying right there. Timbermen, they find the first opening pick right there. Spreads that defense out 2-2. They then target the right bomb site. That A side is where they needed to go if they wanted to get the job done. Now, I thought wrapping right there would have cost them, but they just timed it perfectly. The peak that came through initially, there was no one brackets, and then he turns the corner again for a second time in everyone's brackets. That's not something you can really expect. And that sort of timing right there, you're hoping that you can, pluck one out of the server there quickly, get a little bit of luck going your way, but that wasn't the case. Timbermen timed that perfectly, and credit to them. Maybe should have had that last round given the way things were starting, but they bounced back immediately on the kind of half purchase. So you'll certainly take that.
Just Snakes with cash all of a sudden. The Timbermen are on the front foot. This is a map that they're pretty uncomfortable with a lot of the time. I mean, you've kind of seen it in the mid to late round situations. They had a big advantage, but coughed it up to the MP9 to Strife, who were willing to take these one-on-one fights that gave Strife opportunities to get back into these lower man situations. But seeing them try to develop this map into their pool, they've had it picked against them a lot. Will kind of be a defining moment for this team. If they want to make it deep in ECL, you got to know how to play Inferno. So, being able to take down Strife here, at least deal some damage to them, could show some development. And what better way to do it than some eco frags or Snakes? Oh, he's going to rip this round away from him. He grabs 2 kills on the way out. That AK doesn't look like it's retrievable. A 3-on-3 nevertheless.
Stamina got it. I'm sure he made noise in doing so, but he was able to snag the AK and get out safely. Now, he doesn't have armor, and he's getting chased in by 3 different players here, so he's still in a bit of a scary situation. No help His two pistoled up players are over on the other bomb site here, over towards Arches, so it's all going to be on his shoulders to get this round done.
Yeah, he's going to play this off angle towards the pillar here, but it's easily spottable, but he still nails the headshot. He still makes another kill work. It's now a 2v2, but this banana flank, could it get caught? It does. And Joel's now in a 1v2 with just a USP. It's not looking great. The odds are not in his favor whatsoever. But there's nothing to save, nothing to lose, so he'll give it his best shot. Frankie, though, from that dark corner, is going to peek on the best possible timing to take that frag. And we're going to see Timbermen march their way up to a second round.
Nicely done right there. Now, that was a huge eco coming through, right? There was absolutely nothing invested, only Snake's AK saved that they brought into that table, and they land 3 kills off of it. Again, you kind of consider that mission accomplished if you're Strife, considering. And so now you've got the full investment. You got nearly every tool at your disposal. Joel's and Eris maybe not so much, but they're still serviceable on this, especially stamina on the op is a good sign for them. There's a little bit of utility for himself, but he doesn't really stick around too long to maintain that banana control. He's picking up more utility as well, just continuing to toss this in. It makes it feel like there's a 3-man stack at the start of the round towards B, but that's not the case. Instead, everyone here ready in brackets, and we'll see if Timbermen get baited into this.
Yeah, this is a massive trap setup as well. As you see, Joel's is also boosted up with Snakes on the crossfire. This is looking great for Stripe if Timbermen continue to press forward, but they're starting to collect information towards top banana. You see Droid make his way out towards that half-wall position. He's starting to see that, hey, there's not a lot of presence here. There isn't a 3-man stack anymore. Instead, it could be Timbermen who are faking out the defense.
Frankie throwing excellent utility right now, but he's going to get immediately dispatched of.
Wow.
Now they need to send in a rotate right there. The fake, the trap setup, it didn't fully work. Timbermen never were turning the corner around brackets until just now, until Frankie just sent his life in. So Infinite's able to rotate in time. He dry swings into the op of Dare, though, and gives up his life.
But hold on, the flank is on the way. It's up to what Stamina can do. The shot doesn't connect. As long as he can stall this bomb plant out, though, the banana flank is inbound, and there it is. Snake strikes in the kill feed. And but as well, Joel's follows up. They can't plant this bomb. Snap has to deal with this flank while he has players at his front and at his back. Joel's still providing problems, and Strife have collapsed this B site. Timbermen will not be getting this bomb plant. There's no way in hell Snap is surviving this ordeal, as Joel's is going to walk away with a 3K on the flank.
And you don't get flanks like that quickly all that often. That is wild from Strife. Before they were even executing, before they were on the site, that was when Snakes found his first kill right there. And from that point forward, I don't really know if you can win the round, because it's so difficult to keep your attention turned towards CT, coffins, and now you have to worry about banana. There's about 7 different things going on in your head right there if you're Timbermen. And that definitely costs them big time here. It's going to be a hero AK, though, for Frankie in this one.
He's going to side woo it up banana. Looking for that pick on the corner. But nothing gives. And that's, in essence, most of the utility that Timbermen had on offer. They have 0 smokes to try and execute on Inferno. A lot of people would consider that just a death sentence. Trying to cross CT spawn without a smoke. Trying to hit the A site without an art smoke or a moto point. But if Stamina gives them the fight, then that's going to give them the opener into the B site. They're not going to jump on it immediately. But now the alarm bells are ringing. Now Timbermen are going to make their move. Dare picks up an AWP. And as Infinite gets smoked out, we're going to see a B site post plant because they picked the smoke up from Stamina.
Can't let that slide right there. These anti-ecos have been so clunky, but there's a fast flank formulating once again. Snakes is good for 2. He continues to press the issue. He's going to get deep in towards this round here. They're already past the point. No return here. Frankie's still turning the corner, looking to deliver. It's a crossfire assembled. Snakes drops another one on the flank and a 4th.
Okay.
Snakes bails them out completely in this round right there. Had no business making it that easy.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, if Snakes goes down as the first man, you never know. Maybe the banana player can call in for backup. But I think Timbermen got a little ahead of themselves with the advantage that they got. They found that opener. They found an easy bomb plant. They found an AWP to Dare, of all people. Really lucky that Strife only lost a single player that round in the opener.
Yeah, I'm just shocked that they only lost one there. Stamina, that's a huge sigh of relief for him, because you know in the back of his mind, once he goes down with the op and gives him over the smoke to boot, it's like, man, I just lost my team the round here if you lose it. So maybe a little bit more faith in going for the continued aggressive movements out of the op here of Stamina, because of the fact that he's got a couple players that can redeem these rounds so easily. And yeah, I mean, he's just trusted again on solo towards B.
We're back on the same setup here. Feigning that 3-man B setup, and then with a literal 4-man mid crossfire. I mean, it's ready to spring at any moment. The meat grinder awaits anyone who decides to walk into it. And in the meantime, oh, Droid tries to turn the corner, not going to work. And now the meat grinder's about to get tested here. So many players on the crossfire. It's tough to deal with, but Frankie could do it on its own, but the headshot is not there onto Snakes. Dare is still in T steps with the bomb, and this is screaming a save. We got 50 minutes, but 50 seconds to talk about stuff.
I feel like 50 minutes on Inferno. I've heard some rumors sourced to, you know, no Inferno on the map pools. Just letting you all know. Might not have gotten to that one.
So I think it cropped up. Ooh, okay. Hold on. There's going to make a fighting retreat here. As Strife, they don't really have the bodies to throw into this one. No, they're losing players. Oh, wait, if he takes down Stamina, there's an open avenue to the B side, and he's going for it. You got to try for this. Surely, if he takes down Stamina, there's a chance. 10 seconds. No way.
What?
He has time!
Yes!
No way! How have you let this round get this far? This is a literal 1v4!
Oh, not in playoffs. Not in your elimination match. You can't afford to lose this right now. Dare has gotten himself in a firm post-plant position. It is planted for him as well. The only hope here for Snakes is his smoke and his kit.
Oh, and Dare knows. He's just made the call. He's gonna opt down Snakes here for a 1v4. That should have never happened. We had 50 seconds just to save, and the way Strife decided to use that was to run at Dare and feed the beast. No words, Cole.
I can't imagine what's going on in the team speak over there at Strife. But nothing positive can be said right there. Strife, they have to be incredibly frustrated. Dare has absolutely did them in right now. Stamina trying to recover there. Leg shot landed, fully blind, but now it could cost him here. Turning that corner, not safe, but somehow scurries away. Infinite Smolly bails him out. And they'll be able to maintain an advantage here.
I can't believe it. I mean, they're back in winning ways, right? They completely recover from what a calamity that round was. They're gonna reflash in. They're gonna take some initiative here, Strife. They're really starting to feel it. But it is just Stamina on 6 HP. He's posted up towards his coffin side. Frankie's going to get close up to Pool. And, oh, the flick is instant from Stamina. And he's going to go in for some Reese. Don't give this man another clutch. It's Dare.
Just gave him an isolated fight here. And the bomb site completely... Not completely. They still have to figure out a way to punch in the numbers here. No utility as well is going to complicate the matter. But after that last round... He's gotten himself out of much worse positions than this.
I love this from Dare, though. He is trying to make Strife think that the site's clear and then he's off to the A site. And it could just happen. I mean, Dare has time. There's no reason for him to move. You can see, actually, now Joel's is sprinting over to the A site.
God.
Eris is on an insane off angle, however, and yeah, Dare's simply not prepared. Unfortunate there, good effort. But this time around, Strife will not feed the beast.
Absolutely surreal that they look so confident in the recovery mission right there. Confident to peek in a 3v1 onto Dare as well is something I did not anticipate from Strife after that last round, but they're always full of surprises. And you know what? That redemption, losing the 4v1, it really doesn't cost them in the grand scheme of things. They're just gonna lose a round, and immediately they force a full eco out of Timberman, but Dare does it again, man.
Oh
My God.
This man is on a rampage right now. Oh, goodness. And there's an op in front of him. But probably not for retrieval here.
I'll get that thing as far away as possible. Is he just sitting there knifing the smoke?
They're trying for a boost. They were actually looking to boost over that smoke. Inside of it, you see Dare looking with the deagle.
Taking a little bit of control there. Brackets is now found out by them. It's still just the pistols that they're wielding here. Eris just going for a jiggle. Doesn't commit himself.
Yeah, it's going to back away. The flash a little too late from Joel's for Eris to even play off of it. I mean, it's still a 4v4 at the end of the day, and Dare is still very much alive in this round. Must I say. Oh, and then Droid! 2 bullets, 2 kills!
They're wrapping.
And they're wrapping up Infinite. Oh my gosh, he's the only saving grace that Strife have in this round, but Frankie is the man who picked up the AWP. Oh, it's so possible, but Infinite is just as precise on the taps. Now, the op of Frankie, oh my goodness, Infinite is going to lock things down. Strife's scalp has been saved again, Cole.
My God.
Ride the roller coaster, baby.
Absolute insanity right now. Strife able to recover an absolutely insane round. Man, what is going on? Timbermen have come to play. They are warmed up. They've been hitting the DMs. But somehow this lead from Strife still maintained. But Dare, he's back on his weapon of choice here. Stamina hasn't feared the fight, though. He has shown some confidence in fearing absolutely nothing. He goes for the apps peek. He nails it onto Frankie. Sidelines him. Another man advantage here found. This is what they're really good at. Getting these 4v5s, having different opportunities.
Wow.
And Snav tries to just push past a little bit of an aggressive maneuver from him. A solo mission. And it gets punished.
Oh, but all right. A punish back. Timberman thinking of jumping on this B site, but held back by the Molly just for a bit. And by this point, the rotation is massive right now from Dare and company, or rather from Strife and the rest of the gang. As you see Dare and co. still trying to make a move through this smoke. And no, there's actually not a real threat behind it. They're working through it. And Snakes, this could be very risky at the back of the site, but the burst fire, Eris on this MP9 is a lethal weapon. And Dare is going to be the next victim. Eris, this MP9 is a different gun for him, but they're feeding the beast again. Shane in 1v2, but the nade will finish the job. Not another clutch for Timberman, and all of a sudden it's Stripe with the commanding lead.
That's the way you get it done right there. No chance to counter that HE. No chance to out-aim it. And you can't outrun it either. So a good round there brought together, but again, there's always that little glimmer of hope here. When Shane finds those couple kills, man, you start to think in the back of your mind, he's got to do it again. It's going to happen. Strife have finally been able to keep that at bay with a couple rounds here. Deny the bomb plant as well, which is a key detail here, as this money is pretty poor stamina. Don't you dare re-peek. My God, he's not fearing anything, despite all the evidence.
He's gotten deleted on so many of these wide swings, but, I mean, as the saying goes, if you win the round, you don't make a mistake.
And the other saying, you got to get your eeks.
Yeah,
Don't forget that. That's going to be a really good flashbang. Good stuff. That's textbook. That's good Counter-Strike coming through from Infinite. Clean flashbang into the conversion. That's what you like to see right there.
Oh, thank goodness. We have some sanity. Oh, is Infinity gonna jump over for a one-way? I just think, it's not that, like, you know, re-peeking there, it's not the worst thing you can do, but it does feel unnecessary considering the purchase that Timbermen are on. You know, you give them a chance to get back into the round, and that's the part I'm not a huge fan of. Here we go again.
Eris was about to get damage right there. You can't afford to walk in front of your teammates right now, guys. We need to make sure our trust factor is at an all-time high. We can unlock Source 2. Or CS2, sorry. I keep on calling it Source 2. It's CS2.
It is Source 2 at the end of the day, but...
Is it Source 2? Okay.
Yeah. It is on the Source 2 end.
It's right on both ends then, I guess.
I still haven't seen Inferno on Source 2 though.
I hope it doesn't make it. I'm just playing. Not a bad map here, and it's definitely pretty fun in this series. We haven't seen too many saves, fortunately.
Oh no, we've seen 1v4 clutches.
Yeah, this is NA. So it's a whole lot more fun than the typical average everyday EU Inferno. We get carnage, we get chaos, we get no scopes, and 1v4s. So this is the Inferno that I like to see right now. It's scrappy. Timbermen are landing 1D all throughout the map. Banana control is of high priority, and once again, you're gonna see a flash setup. This time, Infinite. Well, he's gonna shroud him, and oh, Snav has just been pressured through the wall right there. That HE is gonna do massive damage as well. They are scared of turning that corner right there, and I can understand why.
Strife just want to keep going, man. The flash escort in the peak. Snakes is going to line up multiple, too. A quick 2 for 2. And now they have to face down the AWP of Stamina with low utility once again. Fires off a shot, and it's good on the flick. The reswing, of course it's there. It's Stamina. He's 15-7 right now. He is on fire.
Beautiful. Beautiful round from Stamina. And right now, I really don't see any missing players from Strife. I don't really see a lot of missing pieces outside of really Snav on Timbermen. It's like Clash of the Titans and Dare and the entirety of Strife's roster that's going on, but this scoreline is becoming a bit bleak here. They need some rounds on the board and they need it ASAP. They've been landing some nice shots, right? They have the legwork to get the job done, but they need the closing factor here. One of the only part of the 3 rounds here has been a 1v3 or 1v4 converted.
Yeah, that's the reality of the situation. Is that outside of the little heroics that we've had out of Timbermen, an eco victory and the likes, I think it's just been the mid and late round that Strife have done really well in. They've gotten that opener and then convert these post-plant retakes, and here's the opener. It's been Stamina. He's just been everywhere. He's been so hyper-aggressive. I don't know what's got in him today. It's been a while since I've seen any Opper like this, much less Stamina. But, man, is he feeling it right now? He might be back in for more. Players walking up lane. Joel's inside a pit. Stamina's just gonna go for the swing. He does miss his opportunity and does get punished for it. And finally, Timbermen are able to break the deadlock as now Eris falls next, and this could be a 3 versus 5 conversion.
There's no smokes here. There's no pit access found out just yet, so they're gonna have to huddle on side of the site. That's always a difficult position, but Dare's doling out further damage here. Look at this sneak up from Snakes. He finds himself one, but not the third. The second headshot comes through in an instant, but Droid available for the trade, and will shut things down.
Oh my god. If Droid was just... I mean, that's the last spot you expect the last T to be in. All things said. So, no shade to Snakes there. But, not their clutch for this game. A 3v5 that turns into a 1v3 and almost clutched up by Snakes. This game cannot deliver more. We're getting into the down and dirty of NA ECL, folks. We're getting into the slugfest. You'll love to see it.
Absolutely.
Here comes the apartment's control. Oh, but Frankie catches Joel's looking the wrong way. Stamina assuredly to be traded, and this round is looking to fall apart. 10-5 looking likely, unless Eris can put up a vintage hold and simply blind it up. He's out of the round. It's going to be 10-5. Considering everything that's happened, I feel like Timbermen should be further in the lead. but Strife, they deserve it. They're in it, and they're still very much ahead.
A nice little NA smoke there to close off the half, of course. Or
It hit
maybe
the
it's
chicken, too. It was tactical for the chicken.
maybe it's a one-way, right? Nard out here. Check this out. Need to get him in on this.
All right, let's check into some of the highlights we have for the half. It's 10-5 right now here for the side of Strife. I mean, they've had some moments for sure, but Timbermen, they've had the clutches, they've had the moments that have taken our breath away this half. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, I feel like both sides had some wild rounds here, but structure definitely, foundational for Strife outside of a couple awkward, 1v4s there. You're barring Dare's antics. Things have shaped up pretty good. Strife will take 10 on the CT side. Interesting decision from Timberman to elect on this T side. We'll see how that works out. We'll see if they can bring some of that energy into the next half. We're going to be tossing to a quick break, and once we come back, it's half number 2.
This ain't no theme park. This is ECL, and we rode the roller coaster in the first half of map number 1 as Strife. They somehow got to 10-5 despite, some antics from the Timbermen. So my name's Fine, John McCulloch, McHenry, and we're taking away this pistol round. Strife moving over to that T side, and Timberman the CT. we're trying to see if Timbermen can really shore up their Inferno performances. It's been a bit lackluster from this squad, and if they really want to break in to the upper echelons of NACS, you got to get this map down to proceed further in the tournament. You might not just deserve to keep on going. And Strife, they're going to come back into this one with a bit of a frenzy. They're putting in a full A-side exit, the smoke inside of the pit. But Shane is still awake and ready to fight here in mini, but dealt with instantly. Frankie alone in pit now has to fight up between multiple angles, and Snakes is going to deal with them, as well as Stamina knocking on the library. Oh, breaking that silence, and Droid out in the open, armorless, but still gets the kill. So we're in a 2v2. But the thing is, Timbermen are without a kit. They do have to be speedy with the retake, and I think that's exactly what they're about to do. Infinite inside of mini pit and lands an instant headshot onto Droid, perhaps jumping the gun a little bit. And Dare has to work out the clutch. The dual Berettas do get spotted out. Now both players can hold this crossfire. Things get very difficult, and he receives the bullet to the back of the dome. 11-5 as Strife take the pistol.
Ooh, Strife. Able to pull that one across the line right there. Excellent work being done. You can see Infinite cheering in success as they kick the second half off quite nicely. Pause gets called immediately after, though. And one thing we've talked about quite a bit with Timbermen, they never go for these second round force buys. They're always full saving, getting those rifles out ASAP. I imagine that trend will continue.
All right, but remember with the pause to open this one up. It's not just a quick one. However, waiting to get everyone back into the swing of things. But we are looking at Timbermen trying to shore up their Inferno. Want to see some real results and development from this squad because it has been a bit stagnant. Talked about it. Performance in the Melbourne qualifier was definitely not up to standard, where they ran a close series by EEG, took a map off of them. Not bad. But then the rest kind of fell away from this unit as they proceeded to lose to Vendetta, lose out on that opportunity. And things haven't really been looking pretty in the past couple days for Timbermen, while Strife have been on the brighter end of things. So to kind of cut the loss streak here for Timbermen, or to continue the winning ways for Strife, who have been on the up and up, we'll see. For now, they're only facing off against the Eco, so, me talking well about a squad as they get to run through this round feels pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're gonna have a field day with this one. Farming up some sweet cash. Not gonna have too much trouble there. They're executing into an empty bomb site. Exactly what you like to do right there. As the rest of Timbermen on A. Gonna wait things out there, hoping that something comes their way, but if you're Strife, there's no real need to hunt here. You're probably not going to, unless you want those sweet eco frags.
I wanted to talk about something. Like, the Inferno meta might actually shift because of the smokes and how they can be blown apart by a grenade. I'm thinking, like, over towards that B site, we'll give Infinite the benefit of the doubt here as he cleans up too. But the smokes over towards that B site, if a T side gets met with a smoke grenade, now you have a direct counter. You drop a grenade and you just jump through. Like, it used to be smokes were actually brick walls. I know the saying goes that smokes, you can't push through them. But now smokes have a counter, and that'll be really interesting to see how the competitive meta and how T sides develop in general. Because, when you smoke off crosses, CTs can nade, open up the sight line again, or same goes for Ts. So we might get a faster game of Counter-Strike because, we don't have to wait out smokes anymore. Point over. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk.
Yeah, I think that's going to have effects in quite a few different places, right? I don't think it's going to be super game-changing, but again, I haven't really tested it out myself, right? You get to feel out things as Tear's in the middle of no man's land. He asked for a little bit of support, but then that would be Snav having to maybe sacrifice his life for the cause there. Flashbang's really well placed, but Snakes does decide to dive on through it. Frankie He can't afford to stick around too long. But at the very least, they've got themselves into a 3v3, a workable position.
I think it's the T side. They have boatloads of utility right now. They can mostly just pick a site, and I don't think they'd even fear if there was a small stack here. Maximum amount of players here that can possibly be in position are only 2. But it's only just Frankie. Extinguishes the molly out towards New Box, but the spam helps out. But the fake out of Strife. They have completely bamboozled Timbermen here.
They have, and they're going to beat them on the rotations here as well, so... They've sold it hook, line, and sinker. Numbers being planted as well. Bomb now down, motor smoke in, so post-plant positions can be even better. Strife, they did sacrifice a player to get in this position, but a 2v3 on a post-plant on that B-bomb side, it can be so incredibly functional. Eris in a prime position to show us exactly why.
Yeah, the backstab from Boiler is one of the most deadly positions in here. But Snap, gonna clear it, but only half checks it. Receives a headshot for his troubles. Now Stamina, he's not playing his hand in pit until now. Shane looking the wrong way. And the 2v3 post play. That's just how Inferno retakes go, folks. That's why so many teams decide to save. And that's gonna be Strife marching their way to 13.
There's nothing you can do in that position right there. If you're Frankie as well, teams have gone down, you're already half HP. You know you're walking into a certain death. And again, man, great round put together here, but you can kind of see they sent a player all the way in CT. They sacrificed him. They sent him to the Wolves, basically, to just try and delay, try and buy time. He got taken down pretty early, but it sold the fake even further. Timberman brought in all the rotations off that in the 3v3, and really well read there on the reposition from Stamina. Calling that one perfectly. Going to deliver as well. What's going on here? Could have taken a little bit of damage, but okay, that was over towards Banana, not an underpass. I was mistaken.
Stamina trying to get into the underpass position. Get out of my way. Strife with the ultra passive setup right now. They want to see what Timbermen are up to. They want to wait out that utility. To which Timbermen simply don't have any anymore. Strife allow just about to let the full weight of their finances fall onto Timbermen here as the stack is going to go down towards the B site. It is just a gamble at the end of the day, but it could work. Strife are about to get this top banana control for free, and that could just be like the bait on the hook.
Yeah, they've left that B-bomb site open a couple of times here, but that HE, it's definitely not open here. Now, actually deterred them, which maybe isn't to their favor, as everyone starts to rotate back and towards Dare, and maybe in a 1v5 here. He's been good in those sort of clutch situations before, but he's only got a USP, and he'll be taken out quickly.
Poor guy. Just hoping and praying that no one clears him, but Stamina feasting right now. 20 and 10, nearly 100 ADR across this map, and we're gonna have to see the save out of Timberman. All things said, I mean, just Frankie's M4 to save, sure. But outside of that, there might be an AWP next round for the Timbermen. Dare, I think the loss bonus is sitting around 2,900, so Dare could pick one with like half armor. But still, the purchase isn't even pretty from the side of Timberman. There's gonna be a couple players without kits. Maybe some missing bits and pieces in the utility right here. Not the perfect situation to be fighting off 14-5. I'll say that.
Not quite. Got kind of sideswiped in their first gun round there, which is gonna make this half very difficult. If they wanted to like recover this map, they probably needed that gun round. They probably needed a pistol, you know, something like that to just give them an edge, but they didn't win either of those. They didn't check either of those off their list, and so we might see some sense of resurgence. We might see them, you know, fire away. We might see them get activated on this defense, but it's going to be very difficult to imagine a world where they're able to pull this one back on the defense.
Ooh.
And Shane been put on notice. Dare's been tagged down as well.
I actually wonder if that tag was heard. Shane. At the meantime, Infinite is having his own scuffle towards Banana and gets blown to bits by a grenade. Deal is, though, Strife, they don't use utility in these rounds early on. So despite losing the man advantage, they have a ton to toss at this A site. And Timbermen are down to their last smokes and mollies at the minute mark.
Not the ideal position to be in, that's for sure, but they're still a man up. They were able to manufacture that advantage. Infinite sidelined. My question is, what do you do from this point forward if you're Strife? They faked out a little bit of that brackets position, and they've kind of sold it, right? You see the rotations removing themselves. Snav very much close by here, but they're going to walk into it with their knife out, turning the corner right there. A little too lackadaisical from Strife, and Stamina's going to trade things out, but he's taking a lot of damage in doing so. He's down into the 1v3. Met by the molly as well to make matters even worse. He's trying to get past, he's trying to sneak in, but he's taking so much damage. And Derek's going to dispatch of him.
Yeah, not to be the critical Kyle here, but a little disappointed there from Strife. They had a ton of utility to utilize. They could have had at least one flashbang in towards half wall. You know, they felt so confident that they could just run in, you know, knives out, you know, oh, there's only one player on the site, like we have the perfect read. They had a ton of spare utility to bring to the situation, and they decided to go that direction, which, considering they already used the flash to jump through Banana, I'd say a little unnecessary. We're gonna see another Banana play, fast, furious, and into Frankie yet again, walking away with another multi-kill, but he does burn on the way out. Strife still in with the chance.
4v3 certainly a whole lot better than a 3v5. It's like you said, a chance here. There's a weakness on the map. It's going to require Stamina to figure that out. Harris looks like he has a little bit of a mission for himself. No way you would just go straight through a smoke. That would be a little bit too crazy, but he's going to do it. He spotted up Shane inside the pit. Not really a favorable angle here. Very tricky to flush him out of position. Snav's still in the site. They're going to commit to this angle. They're already inside the site here, but they're breaking through this crossfire. Going to be near impossible. See them kind of fall to it.
First and the second, but so low on health. I mean, it's doable on the A side of Inferno, yes, but oh, he needs to get into cover and discounts that lane position. So Timberman will hold on for just a few more, but all things said, Strife still keep it. They're trying to switch up the pace a little bit, maybe to a bit of an unnecessary degree. All things said, they're giving Timberman some rounds back into this game. It's nothing tangible. Most people would say this is just garbage time right now for Timbermen. But they're giving them chances and chances. I mean, with Dare, with the has the ability to get online. I mean, Snav maybe can get himself back into this game. He's not at a great map, I'll tell you that. You know, momentum is a real thing. I always say that towards the tail end of these maps.
As you said here, jumping the gun in a couple of these rounds here. But this time, they've got the utility to turn the corner. They're still walking into the crossfire. Infinite. Good with one. No, there's no escape. Dare. He had to face the flames. And in doing so, he will fall. There's the exchange they were hoping for. That Frankie denied in that last round. But this time, he's only good for one, and that cost him.
Starting to get really desperate for information now, Timberman. Looking to reestablish his mid-crossfire. Snap tucked away in the cubby. Absolutely cleared out. Just Shane towards lane. Has not revealed his position yet. But it could just be another way to make a great escape here, Cole, because he just missed all the T's.
He just missed the timing big time, right? Maybe he could have struck over towards lane or towards the wrap side, but yeah, it actually doesn't get a chance, really. They'll have to call this one here. He's not going to be a part of the defense unfortunately for them. And 15 map point for Strife right there. They continue to turn the heat up towards Banana. This time, though, it just works for them. Infinite finally finds his 2.
Uh-oh.
Maybe just the confidence in himself here. And or Droid, rather, he gets caught.
And Shane's going to pop up from an underpass position. Oh, and now the hunt's really on. You can't lose a 1v4 if the bomb's already planted, Cole.
That's true, but I don't know if they'll think he's up Banana.
Oh,
Yeah.
they don't.
Thought he ran T-spawn. I would have thought the same thing. Understandable.
And so, Strife, now it's 15-7. And the Timbermen, they do not have a lot of cash in their wallets to put up the hold here. Little kits, little head armor. Not full belt of utility. It's Snav with down to an MP9. And this could just simply be the end of Inferno. And just another chapter in the struggles on this map that the Timbermen have had over the past couple of weeks. Give this a last hurrah. Try to get something going. May I say, Timbermen had their moments, but might be enough. Might not be enough for this map.
Yeah, there's again some strong signs from them, but it still looks scary when you look at the top of the screen there and what the scoreline's formulating. But right now, this round looking pretty good here for Timbermen. Initially, with the stack that they have here ready to go. We'll see if Shane gets flashed off these angles. No, he's too far forward there. And that counter flash, oh no, it was a team flash there from Stamina. Cost them big time. They're walking into the stack. Shane actually finds that frag beautifully. Stamina will turn the corner with a little bit of fury. Doing reply, but Snav going to put an end to things there. And Timbermen, they'll hold on.
A single missed flashbang just caused that whole round to spiral out of control. I think Stamina, normally that flash goes as a run throw, not a jump throw. It simply went too high out of Shane's vision. And he was unblinded by maybe just a couple of pixels there. If it was a simple run throw, the flash would have flown a lot lower. Shane would have been a lot more blind. And Strife maybe could have gotten into that site. Now they're down to an eco, except for Stamina. He's still wielding that AWP and aggressive as ever. This man has been all over the opening kill department, but forced off by the mollies and nades, he'll have to wait another round.
Looking to setting himself up right now, but Infinite this time gets bested by Frankie. This head-to-head continues here. Constantly tossing utility back and forth between each other, and Stamina walks right into up of Dare, so make matters worse. 3-on-5 here. The 2 actual rifles that they had in this round are dropped. Now, Op is recoverable, but AK not so much.
And it seems like they're not so focused on clearing this corner when Dare's playing with an AWP. And so, looks like our round is about to be wrapped up, as we're going to see the first successful T-side save. I'm saying a successful save. I'm going to keep jabbing at that round. Man, I am going to... But it's going to be a successful save, as in they're not going to clutch it up and win the round, you know.
Does it still count as a save if you win the round? Like right now, it's all of Timbermen saving.
He did save the ob. He did save the ob. I'm not saying anything wrong.
All
You're
of
not wrong,
Timbermen are
Cole.
saving right now as well, even if we think about it.
That's intel. Aren't we? We're just all saving at some point. That's the outsiders meta.
That's what they want it to be.
Have you ever thought about it? Like, why don't you just win the round? You're saving every time if you do it like that.
Don't tell James.
I might be onto something. There is a chance. I think that might be the Counter-Strike 2 meta, Cole. If you think about it. Just win. Win and that's your save. That will help your finances greatly if you win. All right, enough of the.
What doesn't help your finances is losing and force buying, though. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, I just noticed that.
I mean, this isn't like too terribly far out of the picture now at this point here. 6 rounds in a row, CT side. It seems a little bit unlikely, but if they keep force buying, I can start to have a little bit of faith that they can bring this together.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, goodbye. I don't know. I don't know how many openers stamina has got. That'll be a stat we'll recount during the recap. But that's another one in his column. And another rifle for retrieval for Strife. Just around the corner. Oh my goodness. Droid is about to see the entire team. Welcome. And he couldn't get a single kill. Oh my goodness. He had a huge opportunity. All 5 players were blind, but it didn't matter. Now just Snav out at coffins. And he can't get a kill. Smoked out. Not much a chance in this one. And this is going to be a replica scoreline of the last time these two teams faced off. It was 16-9. Unless Timbermen can pull off a 3 versus 5 retake, and the boost spotted out is giving them options into this round, but 2 kills go back. It's just Dare. Another clutch. He has the time to make it 2. Can he get the frags? No. Stamina faster on the trade, and it's a 16-9 victory for the guys over at Strife.
That second kill that he got, though, it made me believe fully that he was going to have a chance at the very least, but great trade comes through there to finish the job. And like you said, all Strife were doing was just mirroring that match and making sure that they keep their consistency.